Well, my hair's looking pretty crazy today. Um, why do I do journaling? Why do I have a journal? So journaling for creative clarity is something that's really important. Um, Unless you're the kind of person who's always clear on exactly what you need to be doing, then you don't need to do journaling. But if you're like me and so many other creative people I know who want to keep developing new ideas, coming up with ideas for songs, or just staying on track with what your creative projects are. So if you're recording an album or working on a series of paintings or whatever, you're focusing on songwriting or promotion or whatever it is. Journaling is something I do every single day, and it's just a habit that I've developed over the years from The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. She talks about this thing called morning pages, where you get up in the morning and you just write 3 pages of whatever is running through your mind. That's basically the journaling process that I use. I used to do this by hand in a notebook, and it's actually the best process to use is to do it by hand in a notebook. But after I do a morning walk. I have like a morning routine that I go through to kind of get me in the right headspace for doing creative work and being productive for the day, which I might talk about in another video. But I basically open up a fresh file on my computer in Word and I just tap away for 10 minutes. So whatever is going through my mind, if I just had a weird dream that night, I'll type about that. If I'm concerned about my room being really messy, I'll write about that. And what this does is it just makes you conscious of whatever you're thinking about, helps you get it out into the computer or out onto the paper, where you can kind of more objectively go through and start, highlighting stuff like, oh, okay, here's something I've totally forgotten about that's on my list and I need to get around to doing this. The other, so that helps you get clarity of what you need to kind of focus on that day or that week or things you've forgotten about, whatever. Then the other thing that it's really great for is coming up for songwriting material or creative material, ideas, things you want to explore further. Emotions that you're experiencing, but you're not that conscious of what's happening, and you can go deeper into that. And journaling is one of my favorite ways of coming up with ideas for songs. So if I'm going through a situation, I'll just be journaling about it and I won't be thinking about it too much. I'm just writing everything down that comes through my mind. And then often at the end of that process, I'll go back through it and I'll read through it. And there'll generally be one line, like a really clear line that crystallizes everything that I'm thinking about. And that will often become the beginning of a song. So it might become the title of a song or the main theme of a song that then I'll flesh out more. Sometimes I've basically been able to create an entire song just from, this journaling process. So it's great on so many levels. I would highly recommend you start a daily journaling practice. It's best to do it in the morning, I think, to get clear for the day. I was also doing kind of an evening journaling thing, which was more around kind of gratitude and reviewing my day. So I sometimes do that as well, which I can also talk about in another video. So yeah, I highly recommend that. If you want any more kind of tips on creativity and how to get the most out of your creative practice, check out the description below. There's a link to get a free ebook download that I have, which is about the 7 keys to creative freedom or to be a prolific artist. So it just lays it out in a really simple way. You can get that for free and start working through that. And also, when you do, I also will send out a bunch of videos, this 7-step process that I go through to actually get clarity on what I'm doing. So feel free to do that. Feel free to subscribe to the video, like it, share it with other people, rewatch it, and get into this idea of a journaling practice. Leave me a comment below, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye.